The Andy Griffith Show debuted in 1960 and has been syndicated on television ever since. It's hard to imagine a world without the Andy Griffith Show, but as we all know, everything must have a beginning. Did you know that the Andy Griffith Show began as a spin-off? Yep, the Danny Thomas Show ran from 1953 through 1964, and an episode which aired on February 15, 1960, birthed the Andy Griffith Saga. In the show, Danny Thomas found himself in some legal trouble and was escorted to the Mayberry Courthouse by, and introducing,
It's Andy Taylor.
Danny ran a stop sign, and instead of just giving him a ticket on the side of the road, because what kind of show would that be, Andy escorts him to the courthouse for an arraignment. After demanding to speak with the Mayberry Justice of the Peace,
wait till I get in front of the Justice of the Peace. I'll give him a piece of my mind.
Well, I reckon you can tell the Justice of the Peace if you want to.
Well, I reckon I won't do.
the slapstick and laughter that made the Andy Griffith Show so popular took place. The show introduced us to what would be some of Andy Griffith's regular gags, like Otis Campbell locking himself up in jail, except this character's name is Will, and played by a different actor. Opie makes an appearance, being played by a very young Ron Howard, who is upset that his turtle Wilford got ran over.
He's dead. He's been murdered. That's what murdered. I was in the ice cream parlor, and Mrs. Bolivar stepped on him.
I expect it was just Wilford's turn to go. And we have to learn to live with our sorrows, boy. I learned that when you was just a little bitty speck of a baby. When I lost your ma, just like you lost Wilford here.
You did?
That's right.
Who stepped on Mom?
Of course, Andy offers that fatherly advice we've all grown to love. Aunt Bee makes an appearance, but it's not Aunt Bee. It's Frances Bavier who played Aunt Bee on the Andy Griffith Show. However, in this episode, she's Henrietta Perkins. Andy has called her into the sheriff's office because she has neglected to pay her taxes. She offers Andy an awesome explanation.
I can't pay my taxes on account of the full dress suit I buried my poor husband in. Well, you know what a failure poor sweet Charlie was. That's why I wanted him to wear that elegant suit at his funeral. Well, anyways, I couldn't afford to buy no full dress suit, so I rented one from Mr. Johnson's hand-me-down store, and I meant to tell the undertaker afterwards that I had to return the suit, but I just clean forgot it. So he buried him in it. And ever since then, I've been paying Mr. Johnson 50 cents a day rent.
Mr. Johnson is played by another actor that would become a regular, however, his name would change to Ben Weaver. They go back and forth for a while. Mr. Johnson agrees to reimburse Miss Perkins for the suit, but do you remember what got us here in the first place? Yep, Danny Thomas is still in jail. Danny has a television crew come to Mayberry and try to expose Andy for fraud. His plan ultimately fails, and Andy is seen as the victor. After this, the Andy Griffith Show will air its pilot episode 8 months later on October 3rd, 1960. And the rest is history.